I'm Rick Aamodt. I'm on the elder board at Community Church. I've been married to my lovely wife Tracy for, it'll be 35 years next month. And we have 2 grown married children, and they each have families. I have 3 grandchildren currently and a 4th one on the way. So very, very exciting time in all of our lives, and a family I love and appreciate very much. I'm a retired police officer by trade. I did that for 34 years in the city of Milwaukee and then also the village of Grafton. So I retired a couple of years ago, and now I work for campus safety at Concordia University, which I also enjoy very much.
That's good.
So it's been a very rewarding career.
Right.
So my spiritual journey started, oh my gosh, when I was a little boy. I was raised in the church, and I was a regular attender. I was a perfect attendance in Sunday school growing up, and got confirmed in my mid-teens, and I attended a Billy Graham crusade and answered his altar call at County Stadium in the city of Milwaukee when I was a little boy. And as I got older, I unfortunately drifted away from the church and drifted away from the Lord. And I see that unfortunately way too often with young people. And I did get married at an early age, and my wife and I really didn't make an effort to connect with a church at that time. We were busy, we were raising our kids, and we didn't connect them well with the church. And so we had a period of time for about 20 years where we were kind of doing our own thing. And then we had a series of events happen right around 2006 that brought us back to the Lord on our knees, and we've been where we need to be ever since. What happened with me is really a story of my whole family. In 2006, I was working for the police department, and I was out of town doing some training, and that left my wife and my 2 daughters still here at the house. They were still in high school. Well, my oldest daughter had come back to the Lord, and as a result of that, she was feeling attacks and those types of things, and she was involved in spiritual warfare. Now, at that point, we really had no idea what that was, and one of the things that I'm not proud of during that time is that when I did come back home, I and Tracy kind of filled me in about what had been happening with Erica, our oldest, and she doesn't mind me talking about this. My response was kind of to put my head in the sand and look for possible medication for her, things along those lines, instead of really addressing the issue. So kind of the bottom line is Tracy met up with a good friend while I was still gone, and accepted the Lord as her Savior. She got involved in a church in Grafton, and she asked me to come to church with her. And I did, and I'll be honest, the only reason I did was to appease her. And so I'd been going to the church. We'd been going to the church for a number of weeks, and the pastor asked me if I would serve on the usher team. And I said, okay. So he said one afternoon, he said, meet me here, and we'll do some training. And I met him, and he said, yeah, the guys that were supposed to come couldn't make it, but since you're here, let's talk. So we talked for a few minutes, and he said, well, do you have a relationship with Jesus Christ? And I said, I don't think I do. And he explained to me how simple it was, to accept the Lord as your Savior. And it was like he had the key and he unlocked it for me, and that's when I accepted Jesus, right then and there in that church. And the funny story, and then things just went from there. I gained a better understanding of what my responsibility is to my family, what my role is as a husband and a father, in life. And I had since asked him if he kind of set me up, and he never would answer it. So, but that's my story. But my point is, everyone has one. When I compare what my life was and what it is, it's drastically different. And another thing that I tell people is things happen in stages sometimes. You don't become a Christian in the snap of a finger and you're 100% different and you do things differently. It can happen gradually in stages. And in my case, there were some behaviors that really weren't consistent with the life that I now understood that I was supposed to lead. Bars, drinking, all those types of things were a hindrance to my relationship with God. What I would tell someone that's the most important or meaningful thing in terms of my life and how it's changed is just that you're never too far gone for Jesus to take you in his arms and welcome you back. You're never, even though you might think so like I did, you're never too far for him. And I think that's a critical thing, because I know that I'm not the only one that felt that way. So that would be the key takeaway. To sum up my relationship with Jesus and who he is to me is, he is the kind of everything that I love, because he's shown love to me that no person ever could, and that I certainly didn't deserve. And what he wants from me and what he wants from all of us is relationship. That's the key thing, I think, where I'd rather call my walk with the Lord my relationship with Jesus rather than my religion.